Packers drive. Rec, look at the time that Aaron Rodgers has.
Yeah, are you kidding me? There's that relentless Bears pass rush like the 85 Bears. I don't think so.
Devontae Adams with the touchdown. No extra point, so it's 6-0. First play of the second quarter, it's Rodgers again. It's Mercedes Lewis this time. Packers leading 13-3. Mitchell Trubisky would get intercepted because that's what happens. And then, Dan, here's Rodgers again, this time Alan Lazard.
Yeah, just beautiful play design, snapping the ball at motion. Lazard becomes uncovered. Rodgers athletically fading back in the pocket, finds him in the middle of the end zone by himself.
Packers up 20-3. Here's Trubisky, his first start since week 3, 3rd and 17. That's not what we have in mind. Scoop and score. Preston Smith going the other way. 27-3 Green Bay late in the second quarter. Third quarter, it's 27-10. Trubisky, Dan is going to throw this one into a team meeting.
Yeah, Greeny, this is just man-to-man coverage. All you got to do is read that drop-down safety. The in route is wide open, but Mitchell Trubisky's playing YOLO ball and throwing it wherever he wants, equals a touchdown. Then I love the fact that Green Bay comes back, takes their play-action shot. They get the tight end to bend out, cross-face to the safety. Easy touchdown for this Green Bay Packers and number 12.
Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns. The Bears lose their 5th straight. 41-25 is the final score on Sunday Night Football. And with that performance, Rodgers now has 5 games this season with 4 touchdowns and 0 picks. That is already 1 game shy of the all-time record set by Peyton Manning in 2013. Manning won the MVP that season. Rodgers is certainly in that conversation this season. And so it feels like another game where the winning team, it's just easy to see, right? Rodgers, spectacular. They just dominate. But RC, let's talk about the Bears, who are a team that were 5-1 at one point this season. Now what do we say about them?
The Chicago Bears hibernate in the den of hopelessness. And obviously they aren't following protocol in Chicago because whatever the offense had very early on in the year, the defense has now caught it. The defense is now testing positive for suck. And when you play against the Green Bay Packers and you allow Aaron Rodgers to do what he did last night offensively, to play a flawless game, to not get hit in the pocket, for Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams to be able to run the football like that, you don't stand a chance. The reason we gave him a chance was we felt like if Mitchell Trubisky could create some things with his legs, if the offense could actually move the ball, we knew that this defense was good enough. Now they have nothing. Now the defense has given up. Now the offense is showing you no matter who the quarterback is, no matter who the play caller is, they won't be able to create points in critical moments. And so if you're the Chicago Bears, you pack this season up and you figure out where this started and when you can end it. And you end it as fast as you can. You find a quarterback, you find a new head coach, and you move forward in 2021.
Starting to feel that way. I don't disagree. Rex, let me come to you on that defense. Does there come a point where a really good defense watches their offense and just says, you know, I just can't do it anymore. We just give up on this thing here. Is that what you think we see with the Bears defense here?
I think we see that with the Bears. We definitely do. But if you're a really good defense, that never happens. Look, I've been on some horrendous teams. Ryan Clark, same thing. We've been part of great defenses, and it doesn't look like that. You don't give up 200 rushing yards to the Green Bay Packers. And 4 touchdowns, by the way, to Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball. Like, they have, I've said it forever, that I think it's the most talented defense in the league. But they don't play that way. And that's the thing. I don't care. You almost take it as a thing like, look, offense, give us 10 points, we're going to win. I've been a part of those teams. We won a Super Bowl when we never scored an offensive touchdown for 5 weeks in a row. Why? Because we were the real deal. And you ain't the real deal in Chicago, and I don't know why. Because you got to take it as almost like a, you know, hey, we can do it, man. I want to show you how big my shoulders are. Put the whole team on our backs, and it ain't happening.
Meanwhile, Dan, let me come to you on the other side of the coin here. Aaron Rodgers. I started the conversation by saying he's in the MVP discussion. What are you seeing from him and his team right now?
Yeah, the MVP is a two-man race right now between Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. But I'd say 3 things that are really starting to stand out for the Packers as the weeks go on. Number 1, we got to start putting Matt LaFleur into one of the better head coaches in the NFL conversation. The body of work is big enough. He should be in the head coach of the year conversation as well. Number 2, how easy things are looking for this offense. I mean, if you want to watch an offense operate, so much is easy on all the players. And that comes down to having a very clear vision of how to attack the defense, having a very clear vision of what you're good at, and then your guys executing at a very high level. And then the third thing is this. I don't know, outside of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, if there is going to be a quarterback and head coach or play caller that I'm going to trust more as we head into the last 4 or 5 weeks in this season in the playoffs as I will with Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers. Take Mahomes and Andy Reid out. I trust Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers to be completely ready to play in whatever game they have to play in and execute at a crazy high level and make the challenging big-time, big-moment plays. I think I trust those guys more than anybody left heading into the playoffs outside of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. They're clicking on all cylinders right now. Allen Lazard being back is a huge part. And the Packers, if their defense just doesn't stink, are going to be brutally tough to beat.
RC, really quick. You played Aaron Rodgers in a Super Bowl when he was as good as anyone's ever been. How close to that does he look right now?
He's extremely close. I think he is that. He doesn't move around as much, but the way that he's being protected when Aaron Rodgers has clean feet, he's making throws that only he and probably Patrick Mahomes can make right now in the NFL. And it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch him be able to get it to Tunyon, whether it's Lazard, Devontae Adams on the outside, Aaron Jones out of the backfield. Aaron Rodgers is playing at an extremely high level, at an MVP level, at an all-pro level, and that's what it's going to take for this team to win, and he's doing it week in and week out.
Okay, so we begin with Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, spectacular performances. Aaron Rodgers, spectacular performance. How about another one yesterday, and this one from Derrick Henry? All hail the king. Titans, Colts, Derrick Henry ran wild. We'll show you full highlights of this game later in the program, but let me tell you that he ran for 178 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was over 100 yards at halftime, and if they needed him to, he could have run for 250 yards in this game. They were just up 35-14 at halftime. It's not the first time that Henry has filled the stat sheet like this. His third career game with 175 and 3 touchdowns. The only players with more ever are Jim Brown and LaDainian Tomlinson. Pretty fancy company to keep. And RC, you had said before that when you saw the players that weren't playing for the Colts, you knew this was going to happen.
Absolutely. The Colts were my pick about until Friday afternoon. Then I hear Oriki's out. You hear Autry's out. You hear DeForest Buckner is out. And I said, oh, no, this ain't the week. This ain't the week that you don't want to be strong in the middle. This ain't the week that you want to be missing players that stop the run. And we saw that right off the bat. The first snap was a 6-yard run off tackle for Derrick Henry, and it continued, and it got worse. When you watch Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans play, this is what you know. If they can block him, he's going to go crazy. And that's why I believe he has these huge days against teams that they can dominate. And we saw it from the beginning until the end of the game that led into the play-action game for Ryan Tannehill and A.J. Brown. And when this team can play on script, they're extremely tough to beat, as we saw them do down the stretch of last season.
You know, Rex, this is a team, again, that last year got red hot late and made that deep run in the playoffs. Do they look like that again to you?
Yeah, they absolutely do, and especially on offense. And Ryan talks about it, if you can block him. Yeah, this man gets stronger as the season goes on. We saw it all through the playoffs last year, and that's a scary thing. And we know, look, come playoff time, man, I mean, it's all about aspirin and it's about tape. Because it is hard to play those games at that time. You don't want to face this beast. And believe me, they're getting stronger. The thing that I'm encouraged with most, though, out of the Titans is the defense. Because, look, they've been horrendous. The first half of the season, they were absolutely terrible. But they're getting better and better and better, kind of like Kansas City did last year. And to me, that might be a formula where you gotta take this team seriously.
Dan, what do you see from Tennessee right now?
I didn't hear you, Greeny.
What do you think about Tennessee right now?
I just, last week I said this is the one team in the NFL that never wavers from their identity. And then I think the best way to describe this team when it comes to their run game is it's just suffocating. I mean, they block it so well. You get pressure from up top. Now, when you get pressure, you're going to get slanters on the defensive line. All you need in the zone run game is to shut one guy off. Look at left guard, Roger Saffold. I saw you off, and look at the front side. Be good on the front side, hat on a hat, be great on the backside. And that's what the Titans are. Good on the front side, championship level on the backside. That's what helps their run game so much. And I think it's just a suffocating run game that really forces other teams to kind of play in panic. They play in fear. They go, wait, they're going to get 7-8 possessions. They're going to control the clock and march down the field in their run game.